Hey family, today I want to talk about so-called death. Okay, now if you look at the word death alone, right? In the word death, in this life, there is death and there's breath. Okay, so when you stop breathing, you actually die. Okay, this is why people hyperventilate. This is why they're stressed out because they are truly not living. They are dead. Okay, so it's like what you allow to eat you up inside is what's killed you. The very thing that you allow eats you up inside, it causes death. So the way to counteract that is by breathing. It's like take control of the breath. Okay, most people are actually uh, dead already. They're just walking around, and it seems like they're living, but they're not in tune with their breath. Okay, which is the life force. So they are experiencing death. Okay, most people they live what I call grow, which is guilt, responsibility, and obligation. Okay, they are not at peace with themselves. They're living according to someone else's rules. Okay, so they can't grow because they're dealing with guilt, responsibility, and obligation. So the way you deal with that is let go of the ego mind. This is how you grow up. When people say, I want to grow up, this is how you grow up. Okay, that's what I always talk about, the Kundalini rising. Okay, that's when you tap into your breath and you start living. Okay, um, even when you put those two words together, it represents group. And the group is like connecting back to your life force, your light body, becoming a member again of your true self, your counsel, the angels, the people that you came, that being that you came here with to help guide you. I was thinking about this too, as far as death. I was thinking about when I was a child. I remember when my grandmother passed, okay, and I was at her funeral. My great grandmother, she was a healer. I remember when I was at her funeral and people were crying, and I came to her body, her shell, and I actually was acting out. I was trying to cry, but I didn't feel it. And I felt like when I was in there, I felt like it was one big play. I didn't feel like it was real. It was just like it was just interesting. It was like everybody's acting, but it's like I didn't really feel. And I'm saying I was a child. I was probably about 5 or 6 or something like that. I was probably about 5 or 6. About 5 or 6. I was young. Okay. But it seemed like a big show, like everybody was acting. So when I got up there, I started acting too, trying to cry, but I didn't feel it. I felt at peace when she crossed over. Okay? It's funny with the word, it's the word funny, right? It's funny with the word funeral because the main three, if you look at the first three letters, it's saying fun. Because when you go back home, it's like you tap into the pure happiness, bliss, joy, the fun times is very fun there. Okay, so it's like this funeral. Okay, it's interesting how they put the word in there. We are programmed to be sad, okay, and depressed and go under. Where these people on the other side, they are very happy. Okay, they are at peace. Okay. The reason why I mention this is because a friend of the family, she passed away about 3 weeks ago. She had cancer, and the reason why she had cancer is based on obligation, guilt, obligation, guilt, responsibility, and obligation. Okay, she was controlled by her loved ones, her mother in particular, where she couldn't live her life. Her mother terrorized her. Okay, so she lived according to her mother. So she experienced a lot of sadness, a lot of guilt, a lot of obligation. She was never good enough. So what she did was she allowed it to attach to her organs, this emotions, and it started to eat her up inside. Like I said, death, eat. The you look at the word. If you look at DEATH, in the middle of that, which is the center of everything, is who you are, is eat. So what she allowed is the emotions to eat her up inside, and her organs turn to cancer. Okay? And she passed away, but she suffered because she went through this for years, this cancer, going in and out of remission. So she let go. She said, I'm tired of, there's too much pain here. She let go. So when she let go, she came back and she talked to us. And she was saying how it's very important to live your life. Don't do what I did. She was also talking to her mate. Don't do what I did by hanging around. And she was talking to her partner, and she said also not allowing my partner to pursue her dreams to her fullest. So her partner, because she was guilty of her mom, she kind of cast it on her partner, and her partner became guilty of her not really living her life fully. So she became like a caregiver. Okay, so she was on the other side, was saying she was sorry about how she was, and she was saying tell everyone to live their life fully because it's not what you think. On the other side is beautiful. It's nothing to be afraid of. She was talking about the lights and the colors are like beyond this world. There is no colors in this world like that, like on the other side. And she was saying it's so peace. You travel, when you think of a place, you go there. So I'm saying this to say, you have to live this lesson that you chose to come back to its fullest, because death is not real. Death is life. Life is death. Reason why I say this is because years ago I went to Chichen Itza in Mexico. Okay, and I went to the pyramids. I went to the temples, and what they was telling us is, they was telling us that in the soccer game, what they would do is they would use their hip. And with their hip, it was like a medicine ball that they have, and with their hip, they would knock this medicine ball in a hoop. This is where you get the basketball and stuff from, right? But it was on the side of a temple though. They would knock through this hoop. Okay, once it goes through the hoop, whoever wins the game, they are the ones that are chosen to die. Okay, so they actually was looking forward to leaving. And it's like the winner of this game, they the ones who were chosen to go. Okay, so they looked at everything opposite. Okay, they understood that life is death and death is life. It's the way we look at it. Okay, we are programmed by media to fear death, but it's not death, it's actually life. So once you understand this, the reality of it, then you get it. I was actually there, and it was what they call a courtyard. In this courtyard, let's say 100 feet from me and the other person, I will whisper their name, and my vibration will hit the walls, hit the granite walls of this courtyard, and that person will actually hear me. I'm talking about 100 feet away with a whisper. That's how advanced in technology they were by using the natural elements, because they were in sync with the other side, what we call death, which is actually life. Okay. A good movie that I recommend is called The Fountain. The guy that played the Wolverine, I think he's the main character in this movie. It's called The Fountain. And it's like, basically in this movie, it's like, once you face your fears, then you experience eternal life. But if you are living behind your fears and not truly living, then you will be haunted by your demons every day. You are not truly living anyway. Okay, so it's called The Fountain. I recommend watching this movie. Okay. The last thing I want to say is, understand that breathing is our natural way. And once you breathe, then you're living. When you stop breathing, even though if you're in the body, you're dying. And even going back to the breath, you're breathing anyway. So that's showing you're not in control. Like when you go to sleep, you're not dictating how you breathe. You're breathing naturally. This is how you go home anyway. You start breathing like a child again. through your stomach. Okay? So what I'm saying is, understand you're not in control. You don't know when your time is. So while you're here, live life to its fullest. Okay? And be free while you're in the body. Okay? So that's all I want to say today is live, let go, live and let go, and live life to the fullest. Understand that death is an illusion. Understand that you are not in control because you're not even controlling your breath while we speak. Okay? So what I just want to say is be in tune with nature, breathe, okay? Live while you're in the body. So you learn the lesson of why you came here in the first place, okay? So you don't have to come back, rebirth. And don't fear death while you're in this lesson, in this school. That's all this is a school. You're on a playground. You're on the campus of life. So learn it so you can go to the universe, okay? On this campus. Learn your lessons like a college campus. Learn this life so you can go to the universe while you're in this university physically. Okay? So I just want to say laughter, love, and light, and I'll see y'all later. All right. Peace.